Today we move to the continent of Asia to explore a very small city-state, which despite its small size is very developed and advanced. Despite its small size of only 719.1 square kilometers, Singapore can mesmerize you with its beauty. It is no coincidence that it is one of the most popular Asian countries that has unheard of and strange laws. Of course, before we get into the facts, let me remind you to subscribe and follow us on social media. The country is bordered to the north by Malaysia and to the south by Indonesia, and consists of 63 small islands, the largest of which also bears the name of the country. Singapore means Lion City in Malay. The story tells of a Malaysian prince who visited the place, which in the 7th and 8th centuries was called Temasek, and saw a huge lion, after which he gave the new name to the island Singapore, or in translation the Lion City. In more recent history, Singapore became famous in the early 19th century after the British Empire opened a port here and the place became a trading center. After earning a lot of money from the trade here, the British decided to colonize the place as the profits were irresistibly great. This caused discontent in the surrounding area, and with the help of the Malaysian rebels, Singapore became part of a small federal state called Malaya. These were the first steps towards founding an independent state. During the Second World War, Singapore came under Japanese rule and was completely abandoned by the British, who benefited from trade and made huge profits here for about 100 years. In 1945, the British reclaimed ownership, and in the following years Singapore became part of Malaysia until it gained independence in 1963. To date, the population numbers about 5,500,000 inhabitants. Nowadays, Singapore is governed by a parliamentary democracy. Contrary to its neighbor Malaysia, where the repression of the people is obvious, here the judicial system is one of the best in Asia, and its foundations were laid during the time of the British rule. The biggest proof of this is the low rate of corruption that has been observed since the founding of the state. There are many strange laws and prohibitions in the country, with even a minor crime such as throwing garbage on the ground punishable by huge sums exceeding $1,000. Chewing gum and in general the possession of such is also a reason for a fine, since here there is a hypersensitivity to cleanliness, and chewing gum thrown on the ground sticks and pollutes. In Singapore, there are elevators with urine sensors that immediately detect someone who decides to pee in them. Drug abuse is severely punished, in some cases even with the death penalty. Same-sex relationships are also not tolerated, and if the state catches two people of the same sex having a relationship, it can punish them with up to 2 years in prison. Even under normal circumstances, a hug between two people, even if they are father and son, is not tolerated in public places. These prohibitions are obeyed by 99% of people because people know that there are government inspectors walking through the crowd, literally spying on people. It is the country with the second highest annual gross income per capita. According to a number of statistics, the amount that falls to each Singaporean in 1 year is $102,074. This is about 600% more than the world average. From shipbuilding, electronics and textiles to agriculture, the state has developed one of the strongest economies despite being smaller than almost any major city you can think of. Singapore banks are considered one of the safest, and many businessmen choose to keep their money right here. In recent years, many global brands have opened their doors here, and the constant flow of tourists has also contributed to the development. Despite the high prices, people here have a high standard of living and their salaries satisfy them. If you work as an accountant, for example, your salary will vary between $4,000 and $5,000. Waiters earn about $2,000 and $3,000. Engineers or doctors, for example, often earn more than $10,000. By the way, the official currency here is the Singapore dollar. This equates to 76 cents by 2023. The minimum wage set by the state is about $1,600, but rest assured, the percentage of people who receive that much money is negligible. Another interesting fact is that Singapore does not have a very well-developed national cuisine. In supermarkets, you will find that most fruits and vegetables are sold by the piece and are quite expensive. Most people prefer to order takeout or eat out. The small territory of the country brings with it the problem of accommodation, and the monthly rent of an apartment of about 70 square meters costs no less than $1,900. Due to the dense population of the island, you have to wait in long queues at most places, be it restaurants, theater, or cinema. When you reach retirement age, the state offers to give you a property in exchange for some of your money, or to pay you all the money you have accumulated in the pension fund. Official languages here are Chinese, Malay, English, and Tamil. The people are well educated, and the state has 5 universities. Contrary to the stereotype of Southeast Asia, Singapore is a wonderful place to live with many opportunities for development. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel to see the videos we upload in the future.